Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Star Wars Vader, Dark Visions, issue number 1 of 5. This could keep going, but for right now, it seems as though it is only scheduled for 5 issues. Mostly because this seems like it's just going to be a series of one-shots. Maybe they're going to be loosely tied together. Maybe in the end we'll see they're all tied together intricately, but for now, this was a standalone issue. You could get this and only this and be comfortable that it was a pretty damn good book for the price especially. All right, so let's get talking about this. This is indeed Dark Visions, part 1 of 5. Dennis Hopeless Hallam does the story. Paolo Villanelli does the art. Arif Prianto does the colors, and the lettering is done by VC's Joe Caramunga. The cover artist is Greg Smallwood, and we got a bunch of variant cover artists. Giuseppe Camuncoli and Ella Bonetti, another by Lanil Francis Yu and Romulo Fierro Jr. So only 2 variant covers. Okay, that's not so bad, I guess. So, Darth Vader is off in space, and he's flying around, and there's all the bad guys going all over the place. You know, well, to him, the bad guys, it's all a matter of perspective, right? That's a theme of this book. The Rebel forces are coming in, and one of the TIE fighters gets hit bad by Vader. Vader turns his attention to another ship. That was a mistake, because all the well, is anything really a mistake? And as he's attacking this other ship, the ship that he shot and it's about to blow up, turns towards him and starts like kamikazing in his direction. Vader's ship gets jacked in a bad way, and he's not even able to make it back to his vessel, his main Star Destroyer. Instead, gravity winds up taking over because they're close enough to a planet, and boom, that's bad luck for him. Anyway, he winds up landing on this planet. Now, this planet is inhabited by a group of people who, you know, they used to be technologically advanced. They still have, like, robots and little things like that. They got, you know, the little droids, I should say, flying around. They've got lots of technology, but they do live like primitives. And I'm sitting here wondering, well, why is that? Why do they have technology, but they live like primitives? This doesn't make any sense. Well, it doesn't make any sense yet. They've got certain words that they use, okay? The slumber, the awakening, things like that. And those are pretty easy to understand, but the ender, that's not so easy to understand. When Vader lands, and this one particular being, this life form from this planet, sees this, and he knows, and the droid who he's with is telling him, get back home. It's time for the slumber. The ender is about to awake. All hell breaks loose. And you suddenly realize why these people were technologically advanced, and now they have to live like primitives because there ain't nothing going to save them from this ender. It's great, the one moment where it says all the explosions past the clouds in space. Man, that's sick. You know, I wonder what's going on up there with the space gods. Doesn't really matter because what they have up there is nothing compared to the gods we have down here. Like, oh, well, that's interesting. Darth Vader has to fight this ender, and it's insanity. Pure insanity. Guys, I could sit here and just show you some of the images in here. And I don't want to do too many images because I don't want you to see the stuff that's just beyond expert level. But man, Prianto in this, Villanelli in this, they have done such an expert job. They fairly sparingly use the double page splash. In fact, I think they only use it twice. Here's one of them, and just the images, man, are amazing. Yeah, there's the Y-wing right there, my absolute favorite ship because it's just so freaking awesome. It's got a really cool history. And does that one actually have the shielding on it? No, none of them have the shielding on it. Good, they all know what they're doing. But this is, God, the art in this book is sick. It's amazing. It's beyond anything that well, I guess, you know what? What do you call it? Marvel has been putting the best artists that they have sometimes on the Star Wars book. So I guess I shouldn't really not expect that. Either way, you know what? No, then again, that's not always true. Whatever. You know what? The books that I read, at least, they're usually spectacular art. This is absolutely no exception. Dennis Hopeless on this. Dennis Hopeless Hallam at this point. Dude, I guess he's always been. Hallam just never told any of us, never let any of us in on the joke. Um, what do you call it? I feel like this story could have gone on for the entire 5 issues. That could have easily happened, and I would have absolutely loved that, to see Darth Vader reduced to a more primitive mode of technology. Now, we've kind of seen that in Charles Soule's run, but not for a particularly extended period of time. Knowing that he would be stuck like this for at least these 5 issues would have been fantastic. If the Ender would have been a greater threat and he couldn't have, faced it the way that he did. That being said, it's cool that it ended in this issue. Mr. Hopeless, whatever. Dennis had one story to tell here, and while I feel it could have been extended to 5 issues, there could have been so much more story in, he felt there was one story in this, and he is the person writing the story. So I have to sit back and relent that he made the right decision. But man, I would have loved to see this particular story continue. This was incredible. Absolutely incredible. So you want a good one-shot. Not sure you want to get the second issue? That's cool, man. That's cool. The next issue is explained in this one, and we get the next 2 covers also. Actually, the next 3 covers. This was a great book. I don't know where else to go with this, except this was a fantastic book. And again, it's about perceptions. Loved this. Absolutely loved this. And this is, like, I used to play Bard's Tale when I was a kid, and, that video game. This is a real Bard's Tale. This is what it's all about. Guys, that's going to be it for me. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.